let's look at solving equations using absolute value. The absolute value function of f of x was equal to the absolute value of x means that if you put a negative value into this situation, then the answer we get out would be positive, and if you put a positive value into it, we'd get a positive answer because of these absolute value signs. And this function actually has a graph as follows. Y, x, where everything is positive. It is above that y is equal to 0 mark. So any value negative that you put in, you get a positive answer out. And that's what the absolute value function does. So what this means is that if I had a function, for example, x plus 2, in the absolute value, but I was making it equal to 5, then I have two situations that I need to look at here. I need to look at where x plus 2 is negative in answer, and also where it is positive in answer. So let's have a look at when x plus 2 was actually equal to negative 5, and when x plus 2 is equal to positive 5. Because in both these situations, the absolute value sign would make it a positive answer. Rearranging this becomes that x is equal to negative 7, and in this situation, x is equal to 3. And these are the two answers for our equation that we have. Now, if we think about this using a number line as a way of doing it, if we look at our number line that we might have, would this be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back the other way, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, 5, negative 6, and negative 7. Well, what I'm saying here is I need to think to myself, if x plus 2, the absolute value of, that is the same as saying it's x take negative 2, because a negative take a negative become a positive. And so I need to think, well, if I was to start at negative 2, start here, which two ways could I go where I'd need to have a count of 5? So when I'm making this x plus 2 is equal to 5, the absolute value of, I need to count 5 both ways from this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would give me 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would give me negative 7. So using a number line, you can also solve this. Likewise, finally, graphically you can solve this. And if we look back up at the top here to our graph, I'm going to use this one as a way of not rewriting it. Say this was y is equal to x plus 2, the absolute value of, it's our absolute value function. If we were then to graph a separate function of y is equal to 5, we could find out what these two corresponding values were here. And if you graph them, you'd find that they would be negative 7 and 3.